2-count, very beginner-friendly choreo. It is symmetrical, uses mostly basic moves, and is done at a nice, comfortable tempo of 90 beats per minute. And I'm going to take this opportunity to show you how to break down a choreo into bite-sized chunks that you can handle. Now, I personally always use this method. I will take a combo and I will break it down into 8 counts. I will learn each individual 8-count before adding them together. And sometimes, if it's a really challenging choreo, I might break it down even further to only 4 counts or even 2 counts. And I work really hard on just that sequence before I start adding on. So that's what I'm going to do here. But let me remind you, and I know I've said it before, so I hate to be redundant, but let me remind you that before you try to learn a choreo or even a combo, you have to first learn the moves that make up that choreo. So all of the moves that I listed when I was doing the choreo, I have tutorials for, and you can find them on my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get to this one. The first 8-segment combo is actually only 4 Polly Pockets and 4 double Polly Pockets. And that's a great combo to put together. In fact, you should always practice the combo of Polly Pockets and double Polly Pockets because you see them a lot in a lot of choreography. Okay, so we'll first do just the first 8 counts. It's just going to be 4 Polly Pockets, 4 double Polly Pockets. Starting on a left perch, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and now the doubles, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, try that again with me. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Just the first 8 counts. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, so if you're struggling with that combo, you don't have it quite committed to muscle memory yet, work on that for a little bit longer before you move on. Just stay with that one because when you add on, your brain is going to have to be thinking of that next combo. So you don't want your brain to be caught up in what you're currently doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so moving on to the second 8-count. So this one is just going to be some running mans and then a kick turn, which might sound kind of hard, but it's really not. I'm going to take it nice and slow. Okay, so we came out of the Polly Pockets kind of here, facing kind of a diagonal. And we're going to go right into the running mans from here because that'll look kind of cool. When we do the turn, we'll be facing the other diagonal. So 3 running mans, and then we're just going to do this kick turn. I'll take it slow. And 1, and 2, and 3. Okay, then return to perch on the right, kick the leg back, and turn. So I show you that again. And 1, and 2, and 3, and kick the free leg back, turn, and begin again. So that was the 4th count. So I'll go through the whole thing. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. So that turn is really just a heel pivot move. Okay, let's do it again a little bit faster. Coming off of here. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, one more time on that because I know it's kind of a strange one. So here, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, so those were the first 2 8 counts. And if you have committed both of those separately to muscle memory, if you're really, really comfortable doing it, even nice and slow is just fine. Let's try putting them together. So just the 2 8 counts. We're going to start with the Polly Pocket combo, and then we're going to go into the running man combo. So starting on a left perch, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, I hope that feels good. We're now going to go into the third 8 count, just all by itself. And the third 8 count is going to be 4 counts of basic Charleston and 4 counts of side Charleston. So we came off the running man on a left perch, so we're going to go straight here into the Charleston. It's going to be 2 forward and 2 back. and 1 and 2, change feet, and 3 and 4, and. Let me do just that part again. So we came off of here, we're still on a left perch, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and. And we're finishing here in a pigeon-toed perch. We're going to go right into that side Charleston, heels together, and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and. And just a quick note on that side Charleston. When you're doing the side Charleston, you can either pivot on your toe or on your heel. It's not going to make a difference. The move is still going to look mostly the same. Okay, so again with the side Charleston, we came off of the front Charleston, heels together, cross back, heels together, cross back, and then back to perch again. Okay, so the entire third 8 count, the forward and reverse Charleston, and then the side Charleston for 4 counts is going to be, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and. Okay, again, same thing, just a little faster. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and. Okay, again, make sure you've committed that to memory. Do that combo a whole bunch of times, just over and over again, before you try to put it into the overall combo. But if you're there, let's add all 3 8 counts together now. Polly Pockets, Running Man's, Charlestons. Okay, starting on a left perch. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and. So if that felt pretty good, make sure that you can do that consistently, all 3 of those together pretty comfortably before you move on to the fourth 8 count. But if you're there and you're comfortable with what we've done so far, let's do the last 8 count. So the last 8 count is going to be a combination of the Y step and the T step. T-step is only going to be one direction. We're just going to kind of T-step off the stage, so to speak. But the Y step will come before that. So let's begin with just the first 4 counts, which is the Y step. So we came off of the side Charleston, we landed here on a left perch again. So the Y step here is going to be your right leg off to the side, right leg perches, back step, right leg perches. So again, 1 and 2 and then same thing on the other side, 3 and 4 and. So all together, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A little bit faster on that Y step, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now we are once again on a left perch. And we're just going to do a basic T kind of off the dance floor. So it's going to be and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay, let's put the whole 8 count, last 8 count together. Came out of our side Charleston. We're going to go into the Y steps and then the T step. So it's going to be and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and a little bit faster on just that combo, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and. Okay, so make sure that you drill that last combo, commit it to muscle memory before you add it on. But if you're ready to put the entire thing together, we'll do that now. But before we start, think of that whole progression from beginning to end, just to remind yourself what we have. We have the Polly Pocket combo, then we have the Running Man combo, then we have the Charleston combo, and then we have the Y-step, T-step combo. Okay, so let's do this. Polly Pockets. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Running Man. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Charleston. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8. Y-step. 1, 2, 3, 4. T-step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now if you can do that entire thing with the count, like I did, and you're not pausing to think between mini combos, then you're ready to put it to music. If you are having to stop and think between your combos, like after you finish the Polly Pocket combo, you're like, wait, what? Oh, okay, Running Man. And then you go again, then that means you've lost the beat. And if you've lost the beat, you're not yet ready for music. So you have to be able to do that consistently, even if it's slow, because you can find a nice slow beat song. And what I do is I find a song at maybe 100 beats per minute, and I dance it on the whole count instead of on the half count, so that I'm actually dancing it at 50 beats per minute, which is really, really slow. And then from there, I can keep progressing up at increments of 5 beats per minute, 50 beats per minute, 55 beats per minute, 60 beats per minute. And at the point where I'm stumbling and I'm not doing it right, or I'm forgetting the steps, that means I need to stop at that tempo and stay there for a little while until I actually have it at that tempo. And then when I'm comfortable at that tempo, I can continue progressing upward for as high as I can go. Okay, but if you've made it this far, let's try putting it to music. I'm actually going to use the same song that I did in the demo, but we're going to do it at half the count. So we're going to actually be dancing on the whole beat, not on the half beat. So it's a 90 beats per minute song. We're going to do it at 45 beats per minute. And I will count it out. Okay, let me get the music. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then if you're ready for the full tempo, 90 beats per minute, I'm going to do it one more time. I'll face the reverse again, but I'm not going to count it out this time. Okay, let's do it. Woohoo! All right. So I hope that was useful for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.